Welcome to the Molinda Jae YouTube channel where we take trendy topics, shows we love, and the latest breaking news and turn them into powerful lessons that we can all learn from. And welcome back to my channel. I am your girl Molinda Jae here, giving you all a review of the Mena and Carlos King Erica Mena interview part 1, because part 2 is coming out tomorrow. So I wanted to present my thoughts on how I'm looking at this scenario from another perspective, possibly, but I hope y'all follow me on it as I break it down, because it's a lot to unpack. But the pointers I want to talk about regarding to the interview is her trouble or rough upbringing, as well as the rise to making a name for herself with no guidance, as well as these scandals and affairs. So I'm not gonna keep y'all waiting too long, so let's go ahead and get into it. So first things first, her troubling childhood. If you see me looking down, I have my notes here. These are like review notes, and then these are the actual notes that I took on the review. I know, but I promise you, I'm not gonna read all of this. It's just me and my thinking. And then I also have my other notes here for us, like how I will break this down in probably towards the end of the video on how I think about Miss Erica Mena. All right, first things first, she's a controversial figure. Okay, in reality, she is one of the flamboyant and controversial figures of reality TV, because we do got Miss Evelyn Lozada as one of those characters, okay, which she has mentioned within her interview that she is basically the Evelyn Lozada of Love and Hip Hop. But to say the least, go ahead and get into it. All right, from her troubling childhood upbringing, she mentioned that she was in the womb while her mother was incarcerated, and after that she had went into foster care, and then when her sister got of age to be considered a caregiver, she ended up being raised by her sister, even though she had to like tell little white lies about it. But at the end of the day, she ended up being raised by her eldest sister. So what I think about her troubling childhood upbringing, the pointers that I would like to mention in my longer notes, for one thing, of course, she was being formulated while her mother was incarcerated. Carlos asked her why did she go in the first place, and she stated that her mother wanted to get Erica a crib because the other two kids, which are all girls by the way, the other two kids, she didn't have the opportunity to get cribs for them, and for this time around when it came to Erica, she wanted to get a crib for them. How I saw that case scenario is that she wanted to provide a sense of stabilization, a sense of safety and security, and I'm meaning her mother, regarding to Erica. She wanted to establish that for Erica, but due to the fact of the scarcity mindset that she was in at the time of really wanting that crib, when that man should have just literally went and go buy her a crib anyway, because I don't know how their relationship was back then, but it seems like her mother was acting out of scarcity so she can be able to get the crib for Erica, and it cost her her freedom to do so. And her mom had the eldest child early at 16, and she was a do whatever it takes type of woman. She was a go-getter. So okay, there we go, that scarcity mindset type of deal. It's okay to be a go-getter, but don't be a go-getter to where it leads to your freedom. All right. So due to the fact that she was determined to get that crib for Erica, it led to the safety, the security, the survival, the structure to be started at faulty ground. Okay. Just like on the flip side with Erica, it cost her time with her kid because she went out there. She's a go-getter too. She is her mother's daughter. It cost her spending as much time with her child for her to provide the stable living for him somewhere else. Okay. In order for her to provide that stable living for not only for herself but for her kid and the rest of the family, she had to go out there and get it. Okay. So I see the pattern correlating between Erica and her mom. Okay. The only difference is Erica then end up going to prison for her consequences, because Erica was trying, in my eyes, in my perspective, how she was presenting it to us, Erica was going by things the right way to a certain degree. All right. Also, let's see, the lady that was supposed to oversee the girls at the time while the mother was incarcerated, she eventually started dating a younger guy, and in the midst of that, dating that younger guy, he was on the verge of taking control of the house, and that led to Erica's sister being so mad to where she put his clothes out and the woman's clothes out, and the woman got mad. The overseer of the girls got mad to where she called CPS on them. That's what led to Erica saying mothers shape their children, especially daughters. So, like I said, the correlation between Erica's mother and how Erica and her sisters operate, they go hand in hand with each other. And like the elders would say, be careful what you do while you're pregnant, because it could go within your offspring. I still stand true, 10 toes down with that sage advice, that seasoned advice. Well, be careful what you do while you're pregnant, because it could flow within your offspring, whether you want to or not. All right. She also mentioned that she was touched, she was violated as a child as well. So her stability with their safety, security, foundation, and survival being at risk will cause not only family wounds from the start, right? From the root. It will lead to not being able to trust not too many people. For it will lead to them tending to act out of fear as well, due to the fact that they're having to do what it takes or do what needs to be done to provide the basic necessities. All right. So now that we got that out the way for the childhood portion, or the troubling childhood portion, now we're going to move into rise to notoriety. There we go. That's the appropriate phrase. First things first, she said she was introduced to diverse genres like dance hall, reggae, all those type of things, participated in dance competition. And she said she knew when she did West Side Influence that she wanted to be able to sing, dance, and be an entertainer in all those forms. Hence, that's when J-Lo comes into the picture as being a influential figure, a representation for Erica to be able to be get in that mindset of, I'm going to be in that same realm as J-Lo. So to follow suit with that manifestation, right? To follow suit with that because she did ask the question, how can she do what she loves and make money while doing so? And again, that's when J-Lo comes into the factor of being that person, that representation, inspiration for her to be like, yes, if she can accomplish it, I can accomplish it. So to follow suit with that, she skipped school, only for one day out of the week to avoid suspension, because she is a risk taker like that. And she utilized that one day to go to auditions and castings for modeling gigs, actor roles, all those type of things. So she ended up being casted for a video girl, and she did mention each time she auditioned for the role of being a video girl, she will get it every time. She also did party hosting. She traveled and she did some acting along the way. But that's when Carlos had asked her, you know, does she feel like she made it? As of today, does she feel like she has made it? And she replied, there's still much more in her than what she can offer. In other words, she has so much potential in her. There's so much that she wants to offer and give. But she also said, let me see. Oh, this is when Carlos had asked her, is she afraid of not accomplishing stuff because of what had happened today or happened lately? Meaning the Spice, calling Spice a monkey, on Love and Hip Hop for everybody else to, you know. And she was like, well, I'm trying to figure out how she worded that. But I would think to some degree, yes, it plays a factor. I believe, well, I don't think she's afraid to accomplish anything because she's just a natural risk taker in general. But I think she's being, she is, how should I say it? She's treading lightly. There we go. She's treading lightly on how she will be able to navigate from the backlash that has happened when it came to her calling Spice a monkey on national television. But she said she does have good days and bad days and ugly days, and she just try to keep her mental health on the straight and narrow. But there are times that she does want to have a break and just be her for the moment. Not her as Erica Mena, the actor, the actress, the model, the TV personality, but just Erica Mena in general. Okay. And I think that's when the village comes into the part. That's when you need to have your village come into play on allowing you get a break from your children and cut the cameras, cut the social media, take a walk in nature, dip your feet in water, take a little small vacation, whatever, so you can be able to recalibrate on the circumstances that has transpired within your life, right? So she also, let's see, she also stated that she loves a man that can't be messed with, meaning her child's father, her eldest child's father. He was considered a person that was well respected, and he was good friends with Scott Disick. That's how she ended up getting a role on one of the Kardashian spinoff, Courtney and Khloe Take Miami, stuff like that. I also notice whenever she's talking about her accolades and her accomplishments and how far she's came within the entertainment sector, it makes her light up to a certain degree. You can see that in her. However, when it gets to those relationship and those family wounds or just the upbringing in general, you can see the demeanor of her change a little bit. But yeah. And when I mean family, I mean like upbringing. far as like the children, I'm pretty sure that that gives her joy as well. But definitely you can tell the demeanor when she talks about certain subjects. Just, watch what she watch on her body language responds to the questions that Carlos King asked her. That'll give you a good notion on where her head or how she's feeling at that moment, type of deal. Um but she said she is a believer of doing right by your kids. I have to give props by with that. But going back to the child's father, the eldest child's father, um she does show appreciation with him regarding to with him being a well-respected individual. It has opened up doors for her to walk in with the opportunities that presented to her, so she can be able to be where she's at today. Even though the relationship was toxic, she does show appreciation of how far she's come with the association of him, okay, at that time. She did mention that she breastfed the eldest. That's one of the pros. I think I'm gonna explain the pros towards the end of the video. But again, she got signed into Love and Hip Hop New York. She was not living there at the time. So she was bi-coastal. Her family was in California and she would go work in New York. She had her mom watching the eldest at the time, and she also had her mom retire just so she could have that sense of that peace of mind of that she has someone that she can trust with her child to provide that stable environment that she is striving for. And that's another thing that I would like to point out too, is one of the key things that she was mentioning on that interview is stability. Why? Because she never got a chance to experience the full healthy stabilization of a healthy environment. So she's going to honor her kids that same thing of providing a stable environment. That's just like how kids that grew up with no money, whose parents didn't have no money, and then once they do have money, they spoil their offspring because they are able to provide something that they never have. And we all have those tendencies, right? We able to provide our offspring what we never have. Is some sort of psychology to it. I'm gonna do some research on that. But yeah, she had her mom retire from work so she can provide that stable environment for her son. And she did mention that she missed the time that she missed with him, is that she can't get back due to her going out there getting it, providing for him, with being in the entertainment realm. And that's just one of the things that she has noted and said that she regret. And again, we all experience that to a certain degree, where we try to figure out why our parents were gone for so long, and then when we get the real truth behind it, depending on how we respond to it, it all makes sense in the long run. But yes, a parent's presence, both parents present in the child's life, is very important. So again, there has been reports that it stated that her eldest child didn't like her, and blah blah blah. She don't be spending no time with her kid. But on the flip side, she's like, no, 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 that's not the case. For one thing, my child does not want to be in front of a camera. Whether you are snapping a picture of him or recording a video on him, he does not want to be in the camera, not whatsoever. And I have to respect that. Okay. And then on top of that, as far as like spending time with him, again, she goes back and forth of spending time with her kid. On days that she is not working, she goes back and she spends time with her kid, and then she reports back to work the following day. All right. So that's what she did. And then, of course, when it comes to the Caribbean household or any other national ethnic background, that the elders do pitch in and help out with raising the child. It's not taboo. It's always been like that. Nowadays, it seems like it is taboo of the elders stepping in or seeking out help with from the elders for help and assistance, or just watching over the kids from time to time, so you can get a little break, or you're needing a quick babysitter to go out on dates, or needing a quick babysitter to handle something at work. I mean, it wasn't taboo then. Why is it taboo now? That's why I want to know. But but she does ask herself the question of why people are so obsessed with with wanting to talk about her kid, when she wants to respect her kid's wishes of not wanting that attention. And that's just one of the pros that I do like about Erica, whether we want to believe it or not, is that if her kid does not want to be in the camera, let him not be in front of a camera. That if you see photos of just her and the younger kids on social media and not him, it's for a reason, because he don't want to be in front of a camera, y'all. He wants to have a normal childhood. He don't want all that undivided attention on him. And that also leads to a form of bullying as well, especially when the parents know about the kids' other parents. That is very controversial, and kids hear what their parents are talking about as well. So the kids are just going to repeat to their friends on what their parents was talking about, and the list goes forward, and it leads to some type of bullying. So without further ado, when it comes to her and her children, leave them out of it. Okay, leave them out of it. Now, they do discuss the infamous Love and Hip Hop breakout dinner scene with season 2 with Yandy, Chrissy, Olivia, and Emily, as well as Kim Bella, and how she had that horrible gold jumpsuit, and she just said that was the opportunity she had to make her presence known, even though she had got backlash afterwards. And she said the backstory behind it was that, I believe she said Yandy was talking some ish behind her back, or just spreading some rumors around, and she wanted to take the opportunity and see if Yandy was going to stand on 10 toes about it. And that's what led her to do what she does, because she referenced Eva Lozada was the controversial or breakout star of Basketball Wives, and Ms. Mona, she wanted an Evelyn Lozada for her franchise, and Erica Mena was the perfect candidate for that. She did explain about how she was getting paid, which was she was getting paid per diem and expenses paid. Nope, she was not getting paid per episode. Basically, she was not getting a salary per episode type of deal. She was basically working for free. to a certain degree. She was basically working for free. She was a guinea pig, considered a guinea pig at the time. But how she worded it, they played her like an extra but was treated like a main cast member. Um so yeah, she got paid like an extra but was treated like a main cast member. So she was locked in into that contract for some time. But after that dinner scene and she went off in that white van, that's when Mona had offered her the contract of I'm assuming being on there full time. Um with extra duckies, I'm assuming at the same time. But yeah, that was the couple of that's the backstory of her and her rise to notoriety on that. Now on to the affairs and scandals. First starting with DJ Cricket Envy. Or as she would say, Rashawn. But what my thoughts on this case scenario is just how every relationship, marriage case scenario is. You got a married man or a man that is considered taken, and he expressed interest on a woman, or a woman expressed interest in him, vice versa. And he knows he has a family to go back to, right? But the other lady, the other woman does it. However, the however, on my stance on that, there is accountability on all parties. All right. First things first with DJ Envy, DJ Cricket Envy, is that one, you are a married man, so you failed your wife. First things first, of not being faithful to her. You told Erica that she was the mother of your kids, or a kid's mother. You did not release that information that you had a wife, and you was not going to do that anyway because you want to feel like you still had it in you to be able to pull somebody in the scene on the gangster lane. And then on top of that, the wife didn't call did well Erica didn't know about the wife until the wife called her. So she was like, I'm getting tired of your ish, okay, type of deal. Or you better back down before you get smacked down. She was giving the Jill Scott effect, I'm assuming, um on that notion. And then far as like how her and DJ Envy got together, well, she was doing a hosting gig with a mutual friend, and at a strip club, and that's how they met with each other on that. So to make a long story short, the best case scenario, or the best song I can relate to this interaction with DJ Envy and Erica Mena is what was that song? What is that song? Oh, My Little Secret by Escape. Okay, he want to keep her as a secret to a certain degree, but no, the wife had ended up catching tea. But I feel like Erica should have went a little bit more further with her research on DJ Envy, especially since he is a influential figure on the Breakfast Club. Okay, so I feel like Erica should have did a little research on the relationship, the real relationship status with DJ Envy and his wife. Okay, but you live and you learn, right? Now on to and speaking, before I move on to Safari, she Evelyn, I mean not Evelyn, oh my gosh, Erica could not speak on the matters with DJ Envy due to Mona Scott needing the plug for in the stamp of notoriety of the Breakfast Club, so they can get more viewers on watching Love and Hip Hop. Okay, but eventually Erica ended up speaking out, and she felt like busted loose on that end. Um, Now on to Safari and how to a certain degree he trapped her and love bombed her to where it ended up with him being disconnected. Why? I do not know. I need to. She got introduced him by a mutual friend again. What I described Erica Mena and Safari's relationship all in a nutshell before I give y'all a little details, even though y'all already know by now because it's played itself out on social media, is Tyree's song "Don't Think You Ever Love Me." That's what vibes that was giving, because he went after her for 3 straight years to almost like dang near obsession, right? And she didn't give in until 3 years. Okay, at first it was more like, okay, at the first time she met him, this was the first major red flag, right? Was that he was complimenting her while he was dating someone else right in her face. Like, so literally him and this individual was standing right beside each other, and then you got him complimenting Erica to the point it's just like, okay, you have went over the threshold of complimenting to where you want a piece of her type of deal. So yeah, that was major red flag right there. And from then on, I'm pretty, I guess ever since he met her and gave her praises and all that in the bag of chips, right? That's when he went on a quest for getting Erica. And it became really prevalent on the Scared Famous or Scared Straight season, when he was like, "Oh yeah, she's on this season. And I'm gonna make her my wife, type of deal, yada yada, stuff like that." And yeah, it was really seeping through during that season. I watched that whole season. I think y'all should bring that back. It was pretty funny, especially with Tiffany Pollard on there. But she's on another villain show. But yes, you could see it. He was thirsty. Like, I'm pretty sure he would have drunk her bath water that time. I believe he even mentioned that on the show that he would drink her bath water. Okay, but um, she explained it that she thought it was a little tactic because it was a competition game to win money, but towards the end, when she ended up passing away, um, on that season, that's when she realized that he was for real about it. When she passed away, and the production was production was telling her that he was feeling bad, or production was just feeling it all around across the board on how bad he was feeling and stuff like that, and he felt lost without her and stuff like that. And that's when they end up reincarnating her back, and he was happy like a kid in the candy store. Okay, I don't know if that season is still showing on VH1 as far as like going back and watching it, but I highly encourage y'all to watch that show and to see how thirsty he was for her then, because once he ended up getting her right, that's when it led to him being like, oh, I finally got her now. So yeah, I'm ready to go to the next thing that's shiny and glittery, right? Um, Carlos Kane did ask her, did he love bomb you? And I forgot how she answered it on that, but I'm gonna answer it for her. Yes, he did love bomb her because he gave her, while he was chasing after her, he was doing all the stops for her, rose petals, all that, giving her what she could have and still should have in a marriage. But once she end up not only having the kids and being alone at child labor, that's how she explained it. Okay, not having the full support of him when she was getting ready to bring those kids in the world, as well as thinking or having the intention, setting the intention for herself to become a wife, as well as wanting him to take the lead of the family and be the head of household as he should supposed to be. That's when she said she lost him there. And at the end of the day, she was like, when I look back at it, I don't think he really ever loved me genuinely. And that's why I say the song Tyrese, I don't think you ever loved me, goes real hand in hand with their relationship and their marriage. Okay. So um let's see. Yeah, that's that's what I got for y'all. Now the pros, I do have the pros for Erica Mena now. Some of the pros was she did breastfeed her eldest kid, and I respect her for that, because nowadays it's making its way back of breastfeeding being a thing. However, with the demands of work and stuff like that, it will cause women to not be able to do that for their child. But as I tell people, if you let your man do it, why can't the kid take advantage of it? Okay, that's how I be telling folks on that. Um, Also, I respect her for honoring her child's wishes of not wanting to be on camera and wanting to live a normal life and not being the center of the attention of wherever he's at, especially at school, because that's prone to bullying comes to play on that. And that he's graduating at the age of 16, that is very good. Oh my goodness. She said he is very smart, and takes pride and joy with that. She does give thanks and praises to her mother and her sister for providing that stable environment and keep his mental, his cognitive development on the straight and narrow. So kudos to her with her son graduating at the age of 16. Also, yeah, that's all I have for her on the pros on that notion. It seems like she is on the road to taking accountability. It may be one step at a time, but I know for the next episode, which will get down and dirty with asking about the elephant in the room when it comes to spice, that's when she really gonna have to dig deep and be able to take responsibility, because I consider this being her karmic year, that she needs to be able to make things right in order for her to have a fresh start in a new cycle, especially since her birthday is coming up soon. That's what I have for you all. I try to make this short as possible, but with me and my breakdowns, it gets real deep, because I like breaking down the psychology of people to a certain degree. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section what you thought about the Carlos King and Erica Mena interview. Have you all watched it? Do you still feel the same way? Do you show a little bit of empathy, but or a little bit of sympathy for her, but still hold her accountable? I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. Stay tuned for more. Be curious, be inspired with gratitude. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.